Yo, yo. Yo.
Hello everybody, welcome to Ocean City, Maryland for stop number 2 on the OPA Performance Tour and stop number 2 on the Offshore Pro Series. There you see the Supercat 750 Wicked Performance Marine going in the water. That is Jay Muller's 40-foot motion powered by a pair of Wicked Performance Marine 750 horsepower inboards. Mercury number 6 drives. Stan Perkoski will be the driver. Jay Muller, the owner and throttle man. Beautiful Sunset Marina here in Ocean City, Maryland, sponsor of this event, providing a great location for the pit area and everybody to get their equipment in and out of the water, as well as a wet pit facility. There you see CMS Offshore Racing in the background in the water there already. CMS will be run by Bob Bull and Hugh Fuller this weekend. A lot of people put in great effort into making this race happen. Bill Purnell and Will Lynch from the Commander Hotel and Atlantic Hotel. Phil Hauk from Bull on the Beach. John Hagan of AMF Offshore Racing along with his Miss Geico Insurance Offshore Racing Team. Rob Asner went through Sunset Marina, and everyone that helped make this race happen from the Offshore Pro Series and the OPA. Here you see owner Throttleman Jay Muller there lowering his boat into the water, Wicked Performance Marine. This boat campaigned previously as JEM Companies Limited and Team Brioski. Wicked Performance Marine, home for all your marine performance needs in Brick, New Jersey. engine building, rigging, paint, etc. There is the 388 Skater of J.D. Byrider, powered by a pair of CC Performance engines, owned and driven by Tony Marcantonio, the Throttleman Mark Kowalski. There's the Cat Light entry of Reliable Carriers Inc. number 40. Chris Hanley is the Throttleman from Auckland, New Zealand. Jerry Chastelet is the owner and driver. There you see Jerry Chastelet and crew chief Eric Hochtring talking. Off in the distance, the Supercat 750 entry of CMS, Mechanical Services Company. J.D. Byrider getting ready to head out to the race course. Mark Kowalski and Tony Marcantonio, both from Ohio, in this beautiful 388 Skater. Reliable Carriers will be running in the Cat Light class against boats such as Amsoil with Paul Whittier and Bob Teague, as well as the Motley Crew from New Jersey, the brothers Scott and Ron Roman. Other Cat Lights will be Showtime, Mark House and James Shade, as well as All Jacked Up. All Jacked Up will be run by Brian Hupt and Mike Gradecki. There's Team Strictly Business, Class 2, number 06. Powered by a pair of JC Performance engines in this 35-foot fountain. Mercury Bravo 1 drives. Team Dragon, you're in command. Gino Marone with his 38-foot Dragon, powered by a pair of Mercury 525s with Bravo drives. Sponsored by the U.S. Coast Guard. Team Caraba's Italian Grill. This boat here on display this weekend, 28-foot Pantera, owned by Todd Blythe out of Pennsylvania. Team 214, Team Wahoo, the world champions in 2006 in the OPA in Destin, Florida. 30-foot Predator catamaran, powered by a pair of Mercury 2.5-liter outboards. Dave Skorsky from Ohio is the Throttleman. There is Class 6, number 9. Tyler Crockett Marine Engines, the brand new 26-foot Joker powerboat. Another Class 6 boat, 679, Not Guilty 2, based out of Maryland. Old school 38 6-foot Cigarette, Team Bounty Hunter 451, the Bill Martin father and son team. Class 2 entry, Totally Unleashed, 36-foot Cigarette Gladiator with a pair of Mercury Supercat engines. Class 2, number 99. There is Specialized Racing, Class 5 entry, 30-foot Superboat with a pair of Mercury 2.5-liter outboards. This team from Massachusetts. There you see Perfect with their 28-foot profile catamaran. local sites here in Ocean City, Maryland. Motley Crue's Cat Light in the background. Team Extreme's Cancun Cantina right there in the foreground, their big cigarette race boat. There is the Miss Geico Offshore Racing setup. Team AMF, fresh from the graphics shop. All the Geico paraphernalia and graphics installed on all the equipment. John Hagan and his entire AMF team, as well as Geico, doing a great job promoting offshore racing anywhere they go. United We Race, racing everywhere all over the country in 2007. There's John Arruda, the turbine master from Turbine Marine, as well as the safety team, David DiPetrillo and Bob Bull's team, CMS Mechanical Services Company, running in the Cat 750 class. There's 312, that's JC Performance Racing, 32-foot activator with a JC Performance inboard. Jeff Cropper is the owner and throttleman. Anthony Perry is the driver of this 32-footer out of Long Island, New York. Number 130, that is On the Chip, 38-foot fountain powered by a pair of JC Performance inboards with Mercury number 6 drive. Jimmy Winters is the owner and driver. Kurt Cropper is the throttle man. These guys were runner-ups last year in the World Championships in Class 1. Two Long Island teams made the trip down together, both powered by JC Performance engines. There you see the MissGeicoRacing.com 51-foot Outer Limits pace boat. John Hagan and team aboard on the pace lap here. Closest to you, that is On the Chip. Next to them, the green 37-foot Talon is Team Traffic Light out of Michigan, the father and son Smith team. Team CMS is in there. Wicked Performance Marine is in there. JD Byrider, Miss Geico, Reliable Carriers. This will be the Turbine Extreme class start. Cat 750, as well as Class 1. All big cats, and then the one big D bottom of On the Chip Racing. Starting from the outside, we'll go with Miss Geico Offshore Racing. That's Mark Granite and Scott Begovich in that turbine-powered MTI. JD Byrider, a skater with Tony Marcantonio and Mark Kowalski. Number 6, Wicked Performance Marine, is Jay Muller and Stan Perkoski. Reliable Carriers has Tom Abrams and Steve Curtis. CMS is Hugh Fuller and Bob Bull. Ed Smith aboard Team Traffic Light, along with Sean Smith. There you see the peace sign and thumbs up from John Hagan aboard Miss Geico Offshore Racing. And closest to us, the lone V-bottom in this start will be On the Chip Racing with Kurt Cropper and Jimmy Winters aboard. This is the OPA as well as the Offshore Pro Series, getting ready to go. Class 1 as well as Super Cat 750 and Turbine Extreme. Team Reliable Carriers definitely getting a hose down between Traffic Light and CMS right there. Heading in towards the beach now, getting ready to go on the start of the race here. Everyone anticipating a green flag at any moment, but we'll get a little delay here. You see the boats heading up the beach here in Ocean City, Maryland. Class 1 as well as Turbine Extreme and the Supercat 750 class here on the parade lap, still waiting for a green flag. Having some type of delay here on the course, making sure everything's set to go in full effort for maximum amount of safety, making sure everything's clear. OPA waiting to start this race, doing an extra parade lap here. Should be great racing action among these two classes of boats shown here, the Class 1, the Supercat 750s, and the Turbine Extreme entry running solo Miss Geico Offshore Racing. Heading south down the beach again here, the Miss Geico pace boat. There's the quick green flag as soon as they turn the corner. The 2P1 boats right to the front, traffic light and on the chip racing. Miss Geico Offshore Racing decided speed advantage with the giant turbine engines closest to the beach. Reliable Carriers jumping out in front of the other 750 class boats pretty quickly right there. Steve Curtis and Tom Abrams aboard Reliable Carriers quickly motoring past traffic light and trying to chase down Miss Geico on the beach. Now you can see J.D. Byrider, Mark Kowalski, and Tony Marcantonio aboard J.D. Byrider as Wicked Performance Marine and CMS do battle side by side. 39-foot MTI and a 40-foot Motion there in those two boats. The 37 Talon of traffic light getting passed by the Supercat 750. Pretty tight between those three boats going by right there, not leaving each other a whole lot of room, especially considering they're running two different classes. Side by side, Bob Bull, Jay Muller in their 750 Supercats, the 40-foot Motion to the outside. To the front of the 750 class right now, Tom Abrams and Steve Curtis in Reliable Carriers, as J.D. Byrider definitely carrying some speed on the outside of that. Overall leader right now on this start is Miss Geico Offshore Racing. Scott Begovich on the throttles. Mark Granite is the pilot. Owned by AMF Offshore Racing. Miss Geico 113. Beautiful MTI, rigged and powered by Turbine Marine in Pompano Beach, Florida. John Arruda is the crew chief and engine builder for Miss Geico Offshore Racing. Keeps it at the top of its racing game. Scott Begovich on the throttles, hammered down. Mark Granite behind the wheel. Twin 1,500 horsepower Turbine Marine engines.
Green flag, green flag, green flag. clear by 10. You're clear by 10. You're pulling away. You can go any direction you want to go.
He's up. There you go.
You're all clear. Don't crowd the buoy up there, Mark.
Okay.
Pick up a nice clean turn up there, buddy.
Careful. Careful. There we go.
Come on over to the right just a little bit. You're a little tight. The buoy up there in front of you, a nice sweep return. Abrams is about 10 boat lengths behind you.
Okay, back it out, back it out, back it out. There you go. Go.
Turn is all yours.
You can hear Jerry Gilbreth, their coach,
All right, go.
in the helicopter above them, giving them some direction on where to go.
Go, 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 go. You got it.
Good turn, you guys. They're 10 lengths behind you. Now
All right.
go ahead. Let's give them some speed down this backside now.
All right, go.
Interesting cockpit perspective there. Scott Begovich hand on the throttles, Mark Granite on the right. Very cool shot there looking down the Cat 750 as well as the Turbine Extreme and the Class 1 entries. Miss Geico Offshore Racing, Scott Begovich and Mark Granite aboard that beautiful MPI with turbine power. It looks like Miss Geico dropping down with some problems right there. Having some issues. The 750 class boats quickly come up front and catch the twin 1500 horsepower turbine powered boat. Looks like the 750 boats JD Byrider and Reliable Carriers doing battle very early on here at the Ocean City, Maryland 2007 OPA Offshore Pro Series race. Out front right now, the 388 skater is JD Byrider. Tony Marcantonio from St. Clairsville, Ohio, and Dover, Ohio, is the owner and pilot. Mark Kowalski is the throttle man. Out front, powered by a pair of CC Performance Racing engines. There you see a battle for second place between CMS Offshore Racing and Reliable Carriers. Hugh Fuller aboard CMS as the pilot, Bob Bull, the throttle man, aboard US1 Reliable Carriers. That's Tom Abrams and Steve Curtis. Tight racing action here in the Cat 750 class early on. Side-by-side battle. Great racing here in Ocean City, Maryland by these 750 class boats. Leading the way around right now, though, is JD Byrider. Tony Marcantonio and Mark Kowalski doing a great job around that corner. They're definitely pulling away from CMS and Reliable Carriers, as well as Wicked Marine at this point. Reliable Carriers and CMS side by side, two similar MTIs here. Mercury Racing 750s aboard CMS, Sterling powered 750s aboard Reliable Carriers. Hugh Fuller, first race back in several years at the wheel of CMS with Bob Bull, the owner and throttle man, aboard. The number 45 leading the way, JD Byrider. Steve Curtis is the throttle man from England aboard Reliable Carriers. Detroit's own Tom Abrams at the wheel of the US1 Reliable Carriers. Very tight course there in Ocean City, Maryland, leading to this tight racing action here. Kind of like a big oval. CMS on the outside. You can see AMF Ms. Geico drop back a little bit. Reliable Carriers with the inside line trying to chase down JD Byrider at this point. There you see these 750 cats already lapping the Class 2 boat of Unleashed there. Started in the race behind them. The 750 cats going around quite quick there. There you see Team Wahoo, 214, last year's world champion in the Class 2. Dean Howard and Dave Skorsky in Team Wahoo. Still running along with some problem here, Miss Geico Offshore Racing. CMS and Reliable Carriers definitely doing battle right here. Still out front in the Cat 750 class, JD Byrider leading the way around ahead of the two MPIs. Miss Geico trying to move back through the field at this point. Scott Begovich and Mark Granite And their turbine-powered MPI running with these 750 Supercats right now, but moving through the field, Miss Geico. Dyson race in action. There you see CMS getting the big hose down in the rooster tail of Miss Geico, reliable carriers, using that to their advantage to move back up front. These guys Dyson back and forth as JD Byrider continues to lead in the Cat 750 class. Back on board with Miss Geico. Oh, a little flame action coming out of the back of the turbines there aboard Miss Geico. You can see it going by the 750 boats on the inside there, and the Strictly Business there on the outside. Coming down now on the fountain of On the Chip Racing. Kurt Cropper, the throttleman. Jimmy Winters, the owner and driver. This fountain is powered by a pair of JC Performance engines, coupled with Mercury number 6 Speedmaster drive. 38-foot fountain on the chip, last year's national champions in Class 2. Moved up to Class 1 for the World Championships in Destin, where they finished second place. Very strong running boat here in Class 1 on the chip right now. Out front, doing battle with Team Traffic Light from Michigan. Ed and Sean Smith in their 37-foot Talon. Definitely a hard charging team here out of Long Island, New York on the chip. just a little bit ahead of Team Traffic Light there. There you see the 00 Motley Crew, Ron and Scott Roman leading the way around in the Cat Light class. This team out of New Jersey has been dominant in Cat Light for the past few seasons. This 368 skater rigged and maintained by Kurtz Marine. There you see that just ahead of number 40, that is the Reliable Carriers of Jerry Chastelet with Chris Hanley on the throttles. These two boats appear to have checked out from the rest of the Cat Light fleet here pretty early in the race. Number 40, 38-foot MTI, powered by Mercury Racing, 525 horsepower inboards with Mercury number 6 drives. Jerry Chastelet is the owner and driver from Missouri. Chris Hanley from New Zealand is the throttle man. These guys were the world champions in the Class 1 of OPA last year at Destin, Florida. Put on a great show battling with On the Chip in Class 1 last season in Destin. Running double duty as they also raced in Cat Light. Right now trying to catch up with Motley Crew. Doing a great job. Jerry Chastelet at the wheel, Chris Hanley on the throttle. Choppy waters off Ocean City, Maryland here. No problem at all for these Cat Extremes, Cat Lights, and Cat 750s, as well as the Class 2 and Class 1 boats. Doing a great job. Jerry Chastelet and Chris Hanley giving chase right now to Motley Crew, but doing a great job. Number 40, Reliable Carriers. Before they're getting ready to start racing here. Chris Hanley, they're getting strapped in. Jerry Chastelet at the wheel. Getting a little washed down as they come around the corner there at the south end of the course here in Ocean City, Maryland. Team Reliable Carriers, Jerry Chastelet and Chris Hanley. Coming down now on Showtime. This is a 36-foot skater powered by a pair of Mercury Racing 525 horsepower inboards. Mark House from Warrington, Virginia is the owner and throttleman. James Shade from Manassas, Virginia is the driver. Chris Sodergren from Fairfax, Virginia is on the crew. Showtime would like to thank the rest of the crew: Kenny, Nat, Jim, Lee, Robert, Chris, and Sharon. Special thanks to Tom Abrams, Bob Bull, and Tony for the extra hard work in pulling many of these boats together. Sponsors include American Striping Company and Outlaw Motorsports. This boat has competed in the OSS, the SDI, and the OPA in the past. On board with Showtime right at the start of the race here. Running in the Cat Light class. Other Cat Lights include Reliable Carriers, All Jacked Up, Amsoil, and Motley Crue. Team Showtime definitely getting hosed down there, going around the corner at the start of the race. Saw Reliable Carriers try to sneak on the inside of them right there. Team Showtime running very strong in this 2004 36-foot skater. Just ahead of them is Team Amsoil. Number 77, Bob Teague is the owner and throttleman aboard Amsoil AMF Offshore Racing. Paul Whittier is the driver. A brand new 368 skater. Only the second race for these guys in this brand new boat. Right now running in third place in Cat Light class, battling with Showtime, number 77, Amsoil. Sponsors include Teague Custom Marine, Mercury Racing, Lavorsi, and AMF Offshore Racing. Main sponsor is Amsoil, the first in synthetic oils. So you see Miss Geico Offshore Racing still having some problems there as Amsoil goes by. Coming down now on 21, this is Syntrom Liquid Energy. Running in the V class, 42-foot fountain, powered by a pair of 572 cubic inch, 1,500 horsepower Stotler racing engines. Nick Monaco is behind the wheel today. Johnny Stanch is on the throttle. You see Syntron going by Miss Geico Offshore Racing. They're still trying to nurse the Geico boat around the course. Coming down now on number 33. This is What's Up, owned by Ed Smith from New Jersey, throttled by Anthony Smith, 38-foot. What's Up racing engine powered fountain. Running in E Class 2 against Unleashed, Extreme, Wahoo, and Strictly Business. What's Up? Ed and Anthony Smith motoring right along in What's Up, leading Class 2 at this point. There is Miss Geico in the Turbine Extreme class, still nursing the boat along, obviously having some issue at this point. Coming down now on Strictly Business Offshore Racing, number 206, a 35-foot fountain. Aboard Strictly Business, Louis the Rigger, Gina Conteri, and Eric Voller. Crew aboard Strictly Business, Seth Corin and Frank Vici. Special thanks to their wives, Louisa and Jen, and all their families, and team leader Seth Corin. Special thanks to Augie, Smitty, Al, Mike, and the entire OPA staff for the time and devotion they put into this sport. Also, Mr. John Hagan and AMF, not only for feeding us, but adding so much to the racing scene. Ron P. for his great picks and knowledge of offshore racing. Sponsors aboard Strictly Business include LFG Rigging Inc. and Midcoast Performance Marine. This 35-foot fountain powered by a pair of 525 horsepower inboards. Based out of Long Island, New York, Strictly Business. Go on board with Strictly Business at the start of the race. Eric Tweak Vorer doing a great job on the sticks, and Louie the Rigger at the wheel doing a great job keeping her on track, running very strong in Class 2, Strictly Business Motorsports from Long Island, New York. Coming back now, this is 299 Totally Unleashed and Miss Geico Offshore Racing. Totally Unleashed is a 36-foot cigarette Gladiator powered by a pair of Mercury Racing Supercat engines. $299 Unleashed, Totally Unleashed. Ray Genick is the owner and driver. TJ Grunwald is the throttle man. 36-foot cigarette Gladiator, powered by a pair of Mercury 750 horsepower Supercat engines. $299 Totally Unleashed. There you see on the chip going by there, Jimmy Winters and Kurt Cropper. There's Team Traffic Light trying to chase down on the chip. There you see J.D. Byrider, number 45, still leading the way around in the Cat 750 class. Tony Marcantonio, the owner and pilot. Mark Kowalski on the throttles. These guys have led all day long in the Supercat 750 class, doing a great job. Motoring along down the beach here in Ocean City, Maryland at the OPA Offshore Pro Series 2007 Ocean City Grand Prix. Brought to you by Sunset Marina, AMF, Geico Offshore Racing, JD Byrider. Just motoring right along with no problem at all. JD Byrider, Mark Kowalski, and Tony Marcantonio. First in class, Supercat 750, 388 skater. Great day for racing here in Ocean City, Maryland. Fantastic time was had by all. The OPA and the Offshore Pro Series did a fantastic job of putting this event together for 2007. Special thanks to John Hagan and his AMF Offshore Racing, as well as Geico Insurance for sponsoring the event. There you see the Atlantic Hotel host accommodations for many race teams here in Ocean City. Bill Purnell and his staff did an excellent job providing fantastic accommodations for all the race teams. Bull on the beach, Phil Houck, for all his hospitality. Sunset Marina, great facility. The Commander Hotel, Will Lynch and family put on a great show for everybody. The winner in Turbine Extreme class, Miss Geico Offshore Racing, Scott Begovich and Mark Granite. Supercat class was won by JD Byrider. Congratulations to Tony Marcantonio and Mark Kowalski. CMS Mechanical Services came in second, while Reliable Carriers finished up in third place. Motley Crue took the win in the Supercat Light class with the brothers Ron and Scott Roman. Reliable Carriers, Jerry Chastelet and Chris Hanley finished in second. Third place was AMF Offshore Racing's Amsoil. The P1 winner was On the Chip Racing. Traffic Light finished up in second as Syntron finished third. In P2 class, Ed and Anthony Smith in What's Up finished in first place. Strictly Business finished up in second as Unleashed came home in third. We look forward to seeing everybody at the next stop on the tour, which is Sarasota, Florida for these Pro Series boats, or St. Clair, Michigan for the OPA boats in July. Freeze Frame Video proud to be part of this great event in Ocean City, Maryland. We'll see you all at the next race.